Have you ever wondered if you could hop into a time machine and visit the past or future, would it be possible? From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to the DeLorean and Back to the Future, the concept of time travel has long tantalized the human imagination. It's an idea that, despite its fantastical nature, has gripped our collective consciousness, weaving itself into the very fabric of our pop culture. In essence, time travel is the theoretical movement between different points in time. Much like we move in space, it's a concept that posits the possibility of journeying to the past to witness history unfold, or leaping into the future to see what's yet to come. It's an idea that challenges our understanding of the universe, asking us to consider the unimaginable. So the question we are left with is, could time travel ever be more than just a fanciful plot in a sci-fi novel? To answer this question, we need to delve into the realm of theoretical physics. This journey begins with the genius of Albert Einstein and his groundbreaking theory of relativity. Picture space and time as a four-dimensional fabric, an amalgamation known as spacetime. Objects with mass, like our planet Earth, create dents in this fabric, much like a bowling ball on a trampoline. This curvature is what we feel as gravity. Now let's consider another element of Einstein's theory, the concept that gravity can warp not only space, but also time. This leads us to the idea of time dilation. It's a bit like a cosmic magic trick. As an object moves closer to the speed of light, time seems to slow down for it. An astronaut traveling at near-light speed would age slower than their twin left behind on Earth. It's a mind-boggling concept, isn't it? This brings us to the idea of wormholes, a prediction from Einstein's theory. Imagine a shortcut through space-time, connecting two distant points like an interstellar tunnel. This could, theoretically, allow for travel not only through space, but also through time. If we could find or create a wormhole, and more importantly stabilize it, we might just be able to step into a different time period. However, it's crucial to remember that these concepts, while thrilling, are still largely theoretical. We have yet to observe a wormhole, and the technology to travel near the speed of light is far beyond our current capabilities. Time dilation has been observed in experiments, but only on minuscule scales. Time dilation and wormholes are fascinating concepts, but they still leave us wondering, is practical time travel within our grasp? The reality is, the scientific community is still grappling with these questions. So while science fiction may tantalize us with tales of time-hopping adventures, the actual science of time travel remains a complex and elusive mystery. When discussing time travel, we cannot ignore the intriguing and mind-bending time travel paradoxes. Let's delve into some of the most famous ones, starting with the grandfather paradox. Imagine you invent a time machine and travel back to a time when your grandfather was a young man. For some reason, let's say you interfere and prevent him from meeting your grandmother. This action would prevent your parents' birth and in turn yours. But if you were never born, how could you have traveled back in time to prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother? This is the paradox, an impossible loop with no clear resolution. Then there's the intriguing bootstrap paradox, named after the phrase, pulling oneself up by one's bootstraps. This is a paradox of time travel that questions how something that is taken from the future and placed in the past could ever come into being in the first place. Consider you're a time traveler who loves Beethoven's music. You go back to the time of Beethoven with all his symphonies only to find out that Beethoven never existed. So you publish the symphonies yourself. They become wildly successful and beloved by generations to come, and eventually they end up in your hands in the future. But where did the symphonies originally come from? Who composed them? The answer is a paradox, a loop with no origin. These paradoxes pose serious challenges to the idea of time travel. They suggest that our linear understanding of time, cause and effect, might not hold up under the conditions of time travel. They indicate that time travel as we envision it might not be possible. Yet the allure of time travel is irresistible. And these paradoxes only make the concept more fascinating. They push us to think outside the box, to imagine a universe where our conventional understanding of time might not apply. These paradoxes certainly make our heads spin and make time travel seem unlikely. But is there any evidence that could suggest otherwise? After understanding the science and paradoxes of time travel, we're left with the burning question: is time travel possible? To cut to the chase, the answer is both yes and no. Theoretical physics allows for the possibility of time travel, but in practice, it's a completely different story. The equations of general relativity do permit traveling backwards and forwards in time. But as we delve deeper, we encounter the limitations of our current understanding and technology. The idea of time travel often conjures images of sleek machines, wormholes, and bending the fabric of space-time at will. However, the reality is far less glamorous. The energy requirements to power such feats are astronomical, quite literally. To give you an idea, some theories suggest that harnessing the energy of an entire star might be necessary to create a stable wormhole, a potential gateway to time travel. Moreover, even if we had such enormous energy at our disposal, we'd need to know how to use it. The technology to manipulate space-time on such a scale is far beyond anything we currently possess. Not to mention, we'd need to find a way to protect time travelers from the intense radiation and gravitational forces they might encounter on their journey. Additionally, while the theories permit time travel, they do not provide a clear pathway. For instance, the concept of a wormhole is purely theoretical, and we have no concrete evidence of their existence. Even if they do exist, we have no idea how to create or control them. There's also the issue of causality, or the cause and effect relationship. If we could travel back in time, could we change the past? Or is the timeline fixed, making our actions predestined? So while time travel remains a fascinating concept and a staple of science fiction, for now it remains just that, fiction. But who knows what the future may hold? Perhaps one day we'll look back at this moment and laugh at how little we knew. But until then, we'll keep pondering, studying, and reaching for the stars.